Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Suchitra Hegde. I am the creator of Dhairyam, a leadership magazine for aspiring women. In this video, we'll be discussing about writing headlines or titles for content writing articles. We'll also be discussing about subheadings. Now, when we write titles, it is important for the reader to know what the article is about. But it's also important to not give away the core of the article. Then there is no reason to read the article at all, isn't it? The headline is the most important part of your article because it is what makes the reader click on it and read the full article. If the headline is not catchy or it does not arouse interest in the reader, then they are not going to invest their time in reading the entire article, whether it is of 500 words or 1000 words or more. There are tools you can use for writing better headlines. One such important tool is Share-Through Headline Analyzer. When you go to the website, you can type the headline that you have in mind and it will analyze it and give you scores. You can aim for a headline quality score of 70 or above. That will be in green color. Now this, as we can see, is 65 or an average score. It will also list your strengths and some suggestions. You can use more alert words and context words to increase the score of your headline. Your headline score is composed of engagement score and impression score. Sometimes when you modify your headlines, the engagement score goes up, but it results in a decreased impression score and vice versa. So you need to check out a combination of things to get the better headline quality score. This is another example of a website that gives you lots of examples of sample headlines. Let's move to the next section of this video, that is subheadings. Now we have learned a good deal about headings or titles. The same rules apply for subheadings as well. It is necessary to give crisp subheadings for each block of content. When I say block of content, it can be one paragraph or similar paragraphs grouped together. So each subheading can have one or more paragraphs. Why do we have to divide the article into paragraphs and subheadings? They break up large blocks of text. When we have large blocks of text, we do not read them fully. We do not remember what we have read. So when we break up large chunks of text into smaller paragraphs and give them subheadings, it is easy to skim through. It is easy to read, it is easy to remember. It also provides a logical flow, or it establishes a connection. For example, if you are writing about a disease, you might write about the cause, effect and the remedies. So we know that there is a logical flow of content from the introduction to the conclusion. It makes the point you are trying to make a lot clearer to your audience. Once you have written your subheadings, there are a few checks that you can make to bring consistency in your article. For example, are all your subheadings of the same length? If one subheading has 2 words in it and another has 7 words, you have to work on making them all consistent in terms of the length or the number of words used. Are you using nouns in some of the subheadings and verbs in some of the others? Maybe you have to make it consistent in terms of parts of speech used. How does one subheading connect with the rest of the subheadings in your article? Are your subheadings connected and giving a proper logical flow of the thought process in your article? Are your subheadings connected and do they tie up to the main heading or the title of your article? You may also want to check for repeating words in your article. In the paragraphs as well as in the subheadings, if you have repeated the same word multiple times, you can consider using synonyms of the repeated word to avoid redundancy.